Welcome everybody, welcome to our dinner bell. Under the Tuscan sun, that's where we're gonna go. Let's talk about what we're gonna cook first. We're gonna cook a beautiful pork loin. And this pork loin is going to be cooked through the roasting process. There are really three different kinds of roastings. One is very high temperature, one is moderate, and the other one is low. This one is going to be a combination of very high and low. We're going to sear that beautiful piece of protein first through the high temperature, then we're gonna go low and let everything cook low and slow, and all those juices remain in there. Remember, when you roast something very high, sometimes it is okay for a piece of muscle or protein that is very tender, and you just want to sear it, and it's so small in diameter that it cooks fast. But for the pieces of meat and proteins that are larger, you want to do those combined temperature differences when you cook. Why do you go to a restaurant and you have this amazing steak, but no matter what you do at home, it's never the same? Because we sear it in a nice frying pan, direct heat, then we place it in the oven at a very high temperature to sear the entire thing together. So with that said, the accompanying flavors with this beautiful pork loin are going to be Wisconsin apples, organic bacon. You put bacon on a bumper of a car, it tastes good. So why don't you think I would use it? Of course I would. Sage is going to be the nice aromatic that we're going to use. Also, chipotle peppers and some Mexican flavors. Why? Because my beautiful Maricela is from Mexico and she loves making this dish at home. And it's going to be all about taking you back to the table, at your table or mine. That's irrelevant. I'll see you when you come back. Don't you dare go anyway because it's going to be flavor time. See you. From me. Welcome back to our dinner bell, everybody. This is called Maricela's roasted loin of pork. It's organic pork and it is from Wisconsin. Why I call it Maricela, my wife's name, because this is the way she makes it, and we're going to create that paste together. We have some chipotle peppers. Chipotle peppers basically are what? They're jalapenos that have been roasted and they have been marinated in adobo, which is a mixture of spices and flavors the Mexicans use a lot. That is gonna go in a small little mixer. Then we're gonna take that juice out and we're gonna add that as well. Oh, the smoky aromatics that just happened. It was amazing with just that thing being moved. Some fresh sage that we're gonna cut in pieces and put in there. You know, pork and sage is just a marriage made in heaven. And now, if some of you don't like sage, don't just push this recipe away. Change the herb. Make it yours. Make it cilantro if you wish. I love sage with pork, especially with the contrast with the beautiful chipotle that we have. And as you can see, I'm putting a lot of it. Now, we're going to take a little bit of garlic. Before I put it in there, I want you to see this, and that is, we want to make sure that we smash the garlic, and you don't need to do it too much. The reason for smashing is because we want the blade of the blender or your mixer to catch it. This way you can also take out your anger if you had a bad day. You know what I mean, right? There is the garlic, and you decide how many. I'm gonna put 4 of them. You can do as many as you want. There we go. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take, look at how little. We're just gonna take a pinch of cinnamon. No more. Cinnamon is very, very, very pungent and potent, so you need to do very little bit. And a little bit of cumin, the same. The cumin, you can do a tiny little teaspoon or tasting spoon, but a lot of paprika. The beauty of a paprika is a pepper, but it has very low capsaicin level. That means what? It's got very little bit of spice. And this is smoked paprika. I love that smokiness of the paprika going with the chipotle. That goes in there. Wisconsin honey for sweetness. Why Wisconsin honey? Because that is an anti-allergy medicine that you're consuming right now. Why? The bees feed off of the pollens of what we have allergies to. That's why it's important that you use Wisconsin. And Wisconsin maple syrup. Wow, this is going to be absolutely amazing. You know why? Because remember, you're going to have the beautiful spice, you're going to have the aromatics, and you have the sweetness that's going on here, and extra virgin olive oil to create enough liquid that we turn everything into a paste. So what I need to do is let me get my extra virgin olive oil just in case if I need a little bit more. I have it right here next to me. Then we're going to take the top of the mixer, put it on, and pulse it. So we have the peppers right here. Now look what we're gonna do with the pork. We're gonna score it. This is what scoring is. You're gonna take the tip of the knife and you're gonna create diamonds. Now, we're gonna take a little bit of pure sea salt and a little bit of white pepper. But before doing that, we're gonna put on our gloves. Why? Because this adobo of the chipotle is going to change the color of your hand. It's like henna, you know, the Middle Eastern coloring. Look at the color. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, can you imagine? Take this same recipe, use it for your ribs, and you're gonna blow people away. The people are just gonna say, what are these? And you're gonna tell them, I just got Fekerized. That's what it is. As the surface of the meat is wet now, our seasoning is gonna stick. So we're gonna be generous with the pure sea salt, and we're gonna be generous with the white pepper. And look what we're gonna do again. And then we're gonna rub it in there. Now, our job is not done. We have the other side. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take the paste, and we're going to massage this paste in there. So the spice, I swear I wish all of you were with me. You know, I love seeing you every day, but especially right now, you got to be. I wish all of you were with me. Think about me when you make this. Seriously, this is from my heart to every one of you. And a little bit of more salt here. Just because you season the other side doesn't mean this has sufficient amount of salt. The pepper, and we're gonna go back here, and we're gonna do this. All those beautiful yum-yums and flavors are together. Now, ready? Check this out. Take this, we're gonna put this in the refrigerator. Let it rest. And as it's resting, we're gonna do the next stuff. That pork can go in that roasting pan and cook, and it's absolutely fine. But I think we should do something different. We should create a platform for that pork to sit on. So through those juices running through that platform, we're gonna create a magnificent pan sauce. Apples, always, always, always. Place them on a cutting board, put your core on it. Notice it's not peeled yet. That's what I was gonna tell you. Always core before you peel. Turn it around a few times, and the core comes right out. Now, a lot of you try to do this and you're gonna cut yourself. There's too much to fight. Break this off and push it out so there's no blade to cut your finger. There is one. Now, I wanna use another one. That's a Granny Smith. Why not use a Fuji as well? And who said you cannot use a Macintosh or anything else? Just remember, texture, if texture is important to you, you wanna have an apple that does not cook too much and doesn't get too mushy. I cored the apple for you. It is time to peel the apple, slice it, and put it in the pan and get going and go to the next step. When we come back, that is exactly what I've already started and I'm going to do for you so we can take over from right there and show you what we're gonna do. And we got bacon to talk about, so I'll see you when you come back. Go wipe the drool for God's sakes. What are you doing? I'll see you when you come back. from me. Welcome back, everybody. This wine is called Tondo Tondo Sangiovese. This is 100% Sangiovese, the same grape that you have in a Chianti, except Chianti comes from a region of Tuscany. This is done by a dear friend, Frances Myers, and she wrote the book Under the Tuscan Sun. Many of you have read the book, many of you have seen the movie. I'm gonna cook with this wine, and of course, I'm going to drink this wine because nothing is better than drinking when you're cooking. Absolutely amazing. You know where this wine is from? It's from the trattoria that you see in the movie or you read in the book. This is the table wine, 100% Sangiovese. So you're gonna taste this at Il Mito here and there, and you're gonna see it. They also have a Pinot Grigio. We're gonna talk about that. Let me first show you something, and that is cutting a round surface ingredient. Look at this. It's an apple. Let me move this so the camera can catch it. Hi. You're gonna cut the end, one of the round surfaces, and now look, your apple doesn't move anymore. Now, you're gonna cut nice 1/4-inch thickness rounds, and you're gonna see why in a minute. Leave this, then we're gonna also take the Fuji that we know is gonna disintegrate a bit faster than the Granny Smith, and we're gonna slice that. Okay? What we're gonna do next is, we're gonna take this nectarine. I had bought this nectarine, it's sitting there and it's getting nice and soft. So it's gonna be an amazing emulsifier and thickener for the sauce that we're gonna make as our pan sauce. Look at this, we're gonna cut, we're gonna go to the pit, just like the avocado. You're gonna switch, twist, and there you go. And one more time. Beautiful. Just break it up. You don't even need to make sure that it's done perfectly because it's gonna mush up anyway, and that's what we want. So we're gonna cut these really fine, and you're gonna see what I'm gonna do with them next. These are gonna be the components that are gonna be a part of your sauce. With the skin, I want those skin in there. I want that rustic look. Now, here, what we're going to do, we're gonna heat our pan, and we're gonna bring our apples, and we're gonna layer them in the bottom of the pan. We're gonna add the Macintosh also, and we're gonna take our bacon, and look at this now. We're gonna layer the bacon over the apple. Why? You're gonna see in a moment. The bacon is gonna warm up. It's going to release its flavors, and that beautiful umami it has due to the aged, smoked flavor, and it's gonna go in the apple. It's gonna travel through the apple, come to the bottom of the pan, hit that hot pan, the water is gonna evaporate, you're gonna create this magnificent glaze, and that's what's gonna be your pan sauce. Next, we're going to pick up these beautiful nectarine that we chopped, and we're gonna put that over the bacon now. This is the platform of flavor you're creating. We have an amazing flavorful piece of protein. We have an amazing platform. By the way, no oil in the pan yet. No oil in the pan. Because we do not want the searing process to start. So come with me to the refrigerator for a minute. Let's pull out that beautiful roast that we created. And the pan is at a very low temperature. Now, we're gonna take the help of a spatula, pull it in there, and look how I'm moving this, okay? I'm gonna do this so the camera can catch. Look, let it slide out. All those yum-yums go on there. Drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on here, not because olive oil tastes everything, makes everything taste amazing, but because that's also a conduit for the heat. The heat from the oven is gonna hit that surface and it's gonna crust it off at you. My beautiful Pensiero Pinot Grigio from my friend from Tuscan, Under the Tuscan Sun. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this Pinot Grigio. We're gonna pour it around. This is called a chef's facial, by the way. You ready? Look at this. We are gonna go in the oven. Follow me to the oven. Look at this. I talked about roasting and dry heat, right? Chef, why did you put some liquid in there? we are going to just give enough time for the ingredients to open their pores. By then, the liquid has already evaporated. That's a trick that I want you to all use. Come on to the, come with me. 500-degree oven. We're going to the medium. I got some beautiful potatoes. Let the potatoes just go in the water and warm up and get blanched. Meanwhile, I also some European or purple kale. Look what a kale does usually. Just like a broccoli from the same family, it has a stem in the middle. We're gonna go around the stem and we're gonna cut the leaves. See that? Don't you dare throw this away. This goes in a Ziploc with the rest of your peeling and everything and gets frozen. Because when you're gonna make a vegetable broth, this gets sliced and goes into your vegetable broth. You're gonna have this beautiful broccoli flavor in there that you don't know where it comes from. Or you can just peel this and slice it as a salad. Now, I'm just only gonna take the leaves. I think that's gonna be an amazing addition. A lot of times we don't know what to do with this. Goes with the rest of the stem. I just want the leaves. A lot of times we don't know what to do with kale. You know, we consume it in a raw form. Absolutely phenomenal. But tease your palate, tease your friends. Do things for them that they do not expect. Now, we're just going to blanch these kales in that hot water after I'm done with the potatoes, just for basically a minute maximum, because we just want to warm it up. When we come back, I'm gonna have my kale already in there. Removed, I'm gonna start the beautiful garlic and olive oil and the kale in there, put the potatoes in that same pan, let them all roast together, pull out our roast, and have an amazing dinner with a beautiful Sangiovese and maybe a Pinot Grigio from my friends under the Tuscan sun, right? We are in Tuscany, so I'll see you in oh, did you stamp your passport yet? To Flavortown? I'll see you when you come back. From me. Now, it's getting close to the end. The aroma here is just absolutely amazing. The roast is ready. Let's pull it out of the oven and allow it to rest. And in the resting process, we work on our pan sauce and put the vegetables around it. I really do believe this roast should not be cut. It should not be served individually. It should be brought to the table in a very, very family way. Because what? It's always a la familia. It is the family that gathers around the table that makes the table such an amazing part of our lives. Come with me to the oven. Let's pull this baby out. Come on. Look at this. Look at this. See those charred pieces? That's what you want. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this baby and bring it over. Let that rest. Let it do its thing. Now, the potatoes were, after blanching, they were placed inside the pan, cut side down, and look what happened to these beauties. Beautiful. As you notice, I'm letting the pan that the pork was in sit down and relax. All those beautiful charred pieces in there are from the honey, the maple syrup, and the natural sweetness of the apples. We have a little bit of kale there. Let's put some kale here. Maybe you would like more vegetables, less protein. What can I tell you? Like Aaron, my son, says, I'm a carnivore. Now, look at this pan here. What we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit of that beautiful Sangiovese that we are drinking. and we're gonna add to the pan. And I'm gonna also bring a little bit of that beautiful Pinot Grigio from my friends at Tuscan Sun, and I'm gonna add to the pan. Why two different wines? Because one has higher tannin content, the red, because it has sat and macerated over, the juice has macerated over the skin. So it's gonna give you that beautiful tannin that is good for us. Quickly, let me get a spatula. One more right here. And we're gonna go in here, we're gonna turn off the heat, and we're gonna reduce. And we're gonna make it immediate, instant pan sauce, and you'll be absolutely amazed at how beautiful this whole thing is gonna become. Remember, we did not add any seasoning yet. Look what just happened, everybody. Look what just happened. With that little bit of white wine and red wine. This is real cooking in front of you, all with details. Quickly, allow me to taste. For seasoning, I swear if you were here, you would hug me, you would kiss me, you would, oh! I would add a little bit more wine. The heat level, it is absolutely amazing. It just needs a little bit of salt. We're gonna reduce temperature again. We're gonna move around. Now come with me. And look at this baby. You ready? Look at this. Look at this. And while you're looking at the sauce, pay attention to the bottom of this pan. What happened? What happened to all that glaze? That is what deglazing all means. Take all those yum-yums that you have created through the cooking technique and bring them into the party of flavor and make it a pan sauce. Look at this beautiful sauce that we just made. With what? With 2 apples, that bacon. The bacon has dissolved. It doesn't exist anymore. It's all in there. You have the smokiness. Everything is absolutely amazing. I wish every one of you were with me to eat, but until next week, I want you to cook, I want you to love food, and I want you to manifest your love for life through food. I'll see you next time, and I can't wait to serve you again at the table in our dinner bell. Ciao, see you next week.